Hi, I'm Bormai. In this video, we're going to compare the Krig and the Fara. Both of these guns are really outstanding right now in Warzone. I think really it's going to come down to your personal playstyle. Whether you rush, you camp, you snipe, these are going to be the deciding factors in which one of these guns you're going to want to choose. I'm going to go ahead and leave timestamps in the description. Feel free to skip around. Also, leave me a comment. I really want to hear more about your personal best games, how many wins you got, anything you want to tell me that you're really positive and really happy about that's happening to you in this game. Let's start with a look at the Krig and the Fara pre-attachments. That's basically if you just loaded up the gun, had no attachments, you're trying to unlock them, whatever. This is what the gun's going to look like. So you can ADS the Krig in 263 milliseconds, while the Fara takes about 296 milliseconds. The Krig has a reload time of 2.34 seconds, and the Fara, it's a little slower at 3.17 seconds. The Krig has a pretty average rate of fire for an AR. It comes in at 652 rounds per minute, while the Fara comes in blazing at 790 rounds per minute. So if you're a beast and you can just hit them headshots all day long, the Krig does slightly more damage at 45 hit points, while the Fara comes in at 40 hit points. The Krig stays pretty constant as far as damage when you're hitting in the chest or the torso. That's at 33 hit points per round. And then, of course, the Fara is a little bit lower at 31 hit points. Now, if you're going to hit those extremities, the Fara does have a touch more damage at 31 hit points to the extremities. It's arms, legs, whatever, fingers, toes. The Krig takes about 6 bullets to kill, while the Fara takes 7. Now, remember, that's pre-attachment. Here's a quick overall look at the Krig before I jump into that build. Now, this is the Krig 6 build I found works best. Feel free to take a screenshot so you don't have to keep popping back and forth or pause, whatever you need to do. I like the agency suppressor that's going to suppress your fire. It is also going to keep you off the mini-map. I took the 19.7 Ranger, the Axle Arms 3x. You can take whatever optic you really want. I used the Field Agent Grip, get a little bit more recoil control, and the Stanig 60 round. You can change that underbarrel Field Agent Grip to a rear grip like an elastic wrap, but the ADS on this gun's already pretty quick, so I didn't really see a need. Here's an overview of what the Fara could look like with this build and this skin. This is the Vulture EXO. Pretty cool skin, changes color, has some little neat blinking lights. And here's my Fara build. I really like this build quite a bit. I've been using this gun as my primary gun. Go ahead and take you a screenshot or pause, whatever you need to do so you can get this down. You can use that GRU suppressor. Again, that's going to keep you off the mini-map. 19.5 Liberator barrel. The Axle Arms 3x zoom. Again, you can use whatever optics you want. That's what I use. Hit some longer range shots, but I can also hit those mid-range shots. Ammunition, that's going to be the Spetsnaz 60 round. And here, you are going to want to use a rear grip. I use the GRU elastic wrap, and what that does is that just helps decrease the ADS time so you can pull that gun up to your face a little quicker. Of course, for long range, it doesn't really matter because you can pull that gun up and start shooting, but that's really for mid-range and before they get too close where you need to switch to your SMG unless you're pairing this with a sniper. With attachments, the Krig ADS time is super lightning fast. It comes in at 305 milliseconds, but the Fara is really not far behind, especially with that GRU elastic wrap. It comes in at 354 milliseconds. This gun really has great bullet velocity. The Krig has 1,136 meters per second. While the Fara comes in at 1,125. Both of that, I mean, neither one of those really stands out as better to me. Both guns, their range increased by 49%, and that's after you add those attachments that I showed you. Let's take a look at the TTK charts for both head and chest. Now, personally, I feel like the Fara, I don't know, I just like the way it feels best. It's best for pushing And of course, unless you're if you're a Boy Scout and you're trying to get that camping merit badge, it's going to be the Fara all day. However, if you're going to run this with a sniper, I would go with the Krig, as it does have kind of a mid-range sweet spot, making it a great sniper friend. You can still hit those long-range shots with the Krig, but it is nice if you don't quite get that headshot and down your guy, you can quickly pop over to your Krig and finish it off at range. And here are your recoil patterns. On the left, you have your Krig, primarily vertical. And on the right, you can see your Fara, which also has a primarily vertical recoil pattern. There is some slight horizontal in the beginning on both, but you can control both vertical and horizontal really easy. Again, I feel like the Krig has slightly less recoil, but both are easily controlled, and honestly, it's basically no recoil when you're firing this weapon. I hope you found this video helpful, and I really hope that it helps you determine whether or not you want to use the Krig or the Fara and what their uses are. Unless, of course, you're going to use it on me, then don't use it. You know, that's my opinion. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up. Leave me a like. And if you're new, check out some of my other videos. If you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe. You find your way back for more videos just like the one you saw. Until next time, I'm Bormai signing out. Wishing you happy gaming.